about a month since my cruise, but it just took me a while to get all this footage together. And so this is the baboon. They call it baboon sanctuary. I don't know if howler monkeys are related to baboons. I haven't really investigated that yet. I thought baboons lived on the ground, rolling in Africa. There is somewhat of a resemblance to these howler monkeys. This isn't the first time I've seen a howler monkey in the wild. I did see howler monkeys when I was visiting one of the Mayan ruins in Mexico. Last time that I visited them last year. So, it started out, I get on the tender off the ship. The ship doesn't port in Belize. They're building a port there so ships can port. But ships anchor out a ways and you have to ride a tender, and it's about a 15-minute ride. It seems like longer than that. You're riding from the ship. You get aboard this little tiny ship and they just pack everybody on there. A lot of them are double-decker. Some of them are just one-decker, and they take you over to the port. So that's what you're going to see first. Then we're going into the sanctuary, and then we're going to see the shopping area of Belize. Okay, so this is from the ship. We see tenders already heading out. And here we are on the tender. On the MSC MARAVIGLIA. This is inside the tender where we sat for the duration of most of the ride in, and I'm working with the equipment I have. It's a real little small GoPro mini thing, but it works. So now here we're finally heading into Belize City. Belize City. Kind of like, Shipwreck Island, Shipwreck City. Very nice. Just get on in there. People have different excursions, but certain excursions get to get on the tender first before. If you're just going to go into Belize without excursion, you'll have to wait until they get all the people that have deadlines you got to meet up.
Beautiful Belize.
They're going on tours, all sorts of things. There's a plethora of things to do. Now here we are at the sanctuary. After we rode on a bus for about an hour, we finally got to this place. We took this little trail into the jungle. It was pretty cool, jungle to jungle. So here we are across these bridges. I was a little bit concerned about that because I'm a big guy. I don't want to break through. Anyway, go on the trail. We have to follow the tour guide or follow the crowd. You don't want to just go out on your own. You get lost real quick. I was in the military, and we did do some jungle stuff, thicker jungles than this. You get lost in these places real quick. These are leafcutter ants, and I'll talk about those later on. They were little highways of ants going down these trails. Now here's our guide. He took us back in there he knows exactly where these howler monkeys hang out. And it was quite a little walk, so if you don't like to walk much, this is probably not the tour for you. There is quite a bit of walking going on in this tour. But it wasn't a real hot day. It was not too bad, actually. Short sleeve shirt day. But you could easily wear long pants. You'd be fine. Weather was perfect, actually. He's pointing to something. I don't know what he's pointing to. He's showing us different things. We did see a pineapple, wild pineapple. It was quite small. And they're catching up with the rest of the group. I don't know. Or there's other tour groups going on. You got to stick with your group. You run. No, there's the monkeys. That's what they're stopping for. See, a monkey tried to grab them. These monkeys know this guy. This guy feeds them. They're kind of like his pets. And there's that howler monkey up there. See, he's hanging out. He's being loud. I don't think you can hear me talking. We'll let him do it. He's going. And that guy coaxes him on quite a bit. If you can hear me talking over this guy. He's pretty loud, and this doesn't give you really the true perspective of how loud this guy is. There's only one male making the noise, so there isn't. The females and the youngsters don't make noise. So it's just that male. He's the head honcho of this group of monkeys. And they're just playing and climbing. Just climbing. He's got a couple females and a bunch of babies. Getting him worked up is what they were doing. And then on the ground they had these leaf cutter ants, and they had like several different highways of them. It was amazing. Like they were just following these highways, going both ways, carrying leaves. And see them? They're just going both ways, empty-handed one way and fully loaded the other way. Little bits and pieces of leaves. And what they do is they bring them to their hive or their ant hill, which are pretty big, and they're like solid built. And inside of them, they actually grow funguses, and they eat the funguses. They don't eat these leaves. They feed these leaves to the funguses that they eat inside their mounds. So here he's going into his mound. Bunches of them making their little trip, and this is what they do every day. They have jobs, J-O-B jobs. Yes, they do. And there it is, making their way in with all their leafies. Leafies, there they go. See, working it. They're working it. Yep, they are. And here's a toucan. We saw some toucans there. And here's 3 of them hanging out in a tree right in the middle of the sanctuary. As we were walking back, ran into this little group of toucans. That was pretty cool to see them. And here we are on the bus ride back, going through Belize. It was kind of cool to see all the pickups because I'm looking at small pickups. They had everything. They even had their Toyota pickups were called Helixes, and they had Volkswagen pickups, which I found out later really just Ford Rangers with the Volkswagen emblem on it. Volkswagen's got a deal with Ford in foreign countries, so they sell Ford Rangers as Volkswagens. And I heard they're getting ready to sell them in the United States like that too, but I don't know. But anyway, this is the road we're going, you know. And we stopped to see some howler monkeys along the way. And then we got into Belize City and, you know, saw some of the ghetto areas and some of the nicer areas of the town. And it wasn't too bad. It wasn't the worst third world kind of thing, situation. You didn't see, you know. But, there we go. Heading down. I think we're going to stop up here and look at some howler monkeys.
That's the south side.
Well, here we are. We're at the plaza at the port, and this is kind of a little secluded area where you're protected. People Belize, if they don't have business here, are not allowed here, I guess. I don't know. It's a more secured area, safer area to go shopping. Me and my wife did leave the area, and we bought some really cool. If you want handmade things, you got to leave this little touristy area. But if you do, make sure you don't go by yourself. See, I always wanted to braid your hair, and they're really aggressive trying to get you to. If your wife has long hair, or you do, they're going to be trying to get it braided for you. And so if that's what you're into, you can look like Bo Derek if you want. So anyway, you know, there's a little port there, and there's some tender boats and tour boats and stuff. Some people go out on tours. I think they have fishing tours too, and stuff. But really, to be honest with you, the better gifts are outside. And what I was saying before was make sure you don't go by yourself. If you have some street smarts about you, don't make eye contact with people unless you tend to talk to them. And when you go shopping outside this area, they're really aggressive trying to sell you stuff. So you glance at things. If it's something you like, you know, it's really hard just to browse shop because they're hounding you. See something you like, then, you know, make your eye contact and discuss how much. They take cash. American cash. They'll take American money. So they don't. So make sure you have like 1s and 5s and 10s, because they'll do don't have change scams, so they get a little more for it. That diamond place, they have every single port. I swear they got them at Bahamas. They got them in Cozumel and Mexico and everything. Every place has that those diamond places. I don't buy jewelry. I've been told it's not really the big deal you think. Belkin beer, that's their beer. I had one of those. On the tour, stopped at some place by the river and we ate. And they had iguanas there and eating fruit and stuff. And they had some kind of chicken and rice and beans. And it was pretty good. It didn't fill you up, but, you know, it was good. And there's a toucan. They have some really good wood carving stuff out here. And mahogany is a big thing there. But they have strict rules on cutting mahogany. But you can get stuff carved out of mahogany there. And I got stuff carved out of slate. My wife got some heart-shaped bowls that were carved. And this is right near the way you go out. Just keep going straight down that road past there. And here's another little area. And you wait in these hallways when you're getting ready to go on your excursions. That's why they got the, you know, the little barrier there. Little rope barrier. That's for that. And because the buses park right outside this place. And that's where you get on your bus. And so, but not in the video. So anyway, that part wasn't in this video. I didn't film all this. Some of this I got from other people because my camera equipment was kind of failing on me and batteries dying on it. And so, yeah, I have 2 GoPros and one of them was dead and I thought I was working and I ended up not getting anything, unfortunately. So I had to borrow some video footage. But just use bits and pieces of other people's videos. So, you know, something I had to do because I needed to put this video out so people could know. And now we're leaving the port. We actually got on the second to last tender boat heading back to the ship. So, you know, it kind of puddles out and then it takes off. Another 15-minute journey. The journey back was quicker than the journey there, for sure. And there's our ship. We're pulling up to the MSC Maraviglia. Maraviglia! It's a beautiful ship. It's actually, I would have to say, hands down, the most beautiful ship I've been on. The cleanest, and, you know, wasn't everything that I'm used to on Carnival. It didn't have the nightlife, although I didn't go everywhere on the ship at night, so I don't know. Maybe it did, and I just didn't know. See, we've got a little port thing on the boat that we pull up to. A little bit easier than the older cruise ships, like the Paradise, and those are a little sketchy getting off. This is pretty easy. You're just like getting off on a dock, really. And the sea's pretty calm right here. It's in the Gulf of Mexico, but, you know, near this... near the Central American coast. And so there we are, we're pulling up. And if you can see there, my room is up there. I'll show you where it is just a second here. We're pulling in a little closer, we'll get a little better view. And I'll show you which room is mine. So, anyway, they kind of pull up a little slow. And there's actually 2 of them, so 2 tenders can actually pull up at once, which is pretty nice. So we're pulling up. There's not another tender there. It probably just pulled out. And there's my room. See, right there. There's a little closer of it. That's what my room was. It was a really nice room. A huge balcony we were on. And here we go. Saying goodbye to Belize. Bye, Belize. we had fun. I really enjoyed Belize. I did. It's kind of like Mexico, and it's kind of like a Caribbean country, and it's a little bit of everything. Everybody speaks English there. That's another cool thing. That is their language. Their language is English, and there's a history behind that. And I can't remember that all right now. Maybe I'll do another video and explain that, because it was explained to me. I just forgot. But that's it. That was Belize monkeys.